for trying. Thank you so much. So my mom, she had me at 17, so I just assumed at 17 you really don't know what you want to name your first child, so you just go with anything. So that's how I guess she picked Shasia. So, and my mom, she's a single mom. She's been a single mom, working hard, independent all her life. So give it up to the single moms and the black women that's been working very hard. So growing up, I always hated the first day of school. And I hated the first day of school because teachers had to learn how to say my name. So I would always watch teachers as they were getting closer and further down the alphabet. Since my last name is Tucker, so I knew T. But when I would watch the teachers as they would get closer, I would hear like Samantha Jacobs, and then Patricia Samuels. Then I would see, oh, we have an Ashley Thompson, or we're getting closer to T. And then I see them stop when they see my name. So could you, it's Cheja, so you really don't know what the hell that is. Yeah. So you see that and you're like, ooh. So and I knew when it was coming because my last name is Tucker. So I would see their face and it looked like they were like holding in a fart. So they'd be like, Shasia? And then I'd be like, it's Shasia, but I'm here. I'm present. I'm here. And then I love the teachers that they would just say last name Tucker. I'm like, yep, that's me. So I came out to Luther because he's one of my favorite artists. And I will admit, I hated him as a kid. And I hated him as a kid because my mother would not stop playing his music early in the morning. And that's how she would wake us up. And we knew when we heard Luther, it was time to clean. It was time to clean the house, do all this, she gives a list of chores. So imagine it's like 7:15, 7:30. And you know his, one thing my mom did, she would play the live audio CDs. You know, like the live audience, and it would be like, you hear the audience in the background of the album. He only had one live CD. So she would play that, and you like 7:15, 7:30, and you hear Superstar. You know how he has that long melody, that do-do-do-do-do, and then all of a sudden when you hear long ago, and you're like, oh, I would instantly wake up like, oh. And then I knew, and so then she would instantly come in my room like, hey, Shay, you up? And I'm like, of course I'm up. Who can sleep through that? So she would be like, oh, by the way, it's almost 8 o'clock. I'm going to the store. Make sure laundry's done, bathrooms are clean, and don't forget to make up your bed and clean the bedrooms. And then she would leave. So she would probably leave like around 8, and she would come back to like, I don't know, 7:45, like almost like she was gone for almost 12 hours. Like, where the hell did you go? And she'd be like, don't worry about it. I was like, oh, okay. Like I didn't worry about it. The one thing that I do want to share is that I'm working. I work in HR. I work in recruitment, and I really do like my job. It sucks when I talk to candidates and I have to explain my name. Unfortunately, I have one story. I remember I was sharing with a candidate. I was talking about one of these IT positions that we had open, and I mentioned, I was like, hey, my name is Shay, but my legal name is Shasia. I have to use my legal name. And he was like, you know, if my name was Shasia, I would probably go by something else. And I was like, okay, sir, thank you. What I wanted to say was, sir, thank you so much for this phone call. I will not be passing your resume along to the hiring manager. Thank you. The last thing I wanted to share is that, well, I'm in recruitment. I also work for a company that talks about layoffs and downsizing a lot. So I was having a conversation with my mom a couple weeks ago. And I was like, you know, I don't know if I'm going to make the cut this time around. And she mentioned, she was like, well, Shay, what would you do if you lost your job? And honestly, realistically, I said it was like the straightest face. I was like, Mom, I would just be a hoe. And she was like, Shay, you don't have a personality for that. And it's true, I know. And I was like, you know, Mom, I guess one would know, so you must have the personality for that. And she was like, Shasia. And that was like the first time she's ever said my name. Well, thank you so much for your time.